Hello everyone. I warmly welcome all of you to today's lesson, Characteristics of Living Organisms. There are 7 characteristics of living organisms which are also called life processes. These 7 characteristics help us to differentiate living beings from non-living things. Movement, respiration, sensitivity, growth, reproduction, excretion, and nutrition. We can easily remember all these 7 characteristics using the word Mrs. Green. By putting all the first letters together, Mrs. Green, the mnemonic can be made. So it's very easy to remember all the 7 characteristics. Movement can be described as an action by an organism or part of an organism causing a change of position or place. Most of the time, animals can move their whole body, or sometimes some organisms can only move part of their body. Movement in plants. Usually, plants move slowly, and this happens throughout their lifetime through their growth. Plants also can change their orientation. For example, sunflowers track the sun and change their orientation throughout the day. Leaves can move to face the sun in order to absorb more light. Most animals are able to move their whole body. Moving from a place to place is called locomotion. So why do animals need to move from place to place unlike plants? Because animals are not able to make their own food. So to find their basic need food, they need to move from place to place. And also they need to move themselves to protect from predators or any harsh environmental conditions. A few kinds of animals are attached to a substrate but are able to move their body parts. Sea anemone is an example which is fixed to a substrate but it can move its tentacles basically to find its food. Respiration. Respiration is the chemical reactions in cells that break down nutrient molecules and release energy for metabolism. Respiration happens in all living cells. It releases energy from food. Energy is released from glucose either in the presence of oxygen, which is called aerobic respiration, or in the absence of oxygen, which is called anaerobic respiration. We can see what are the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respirations in further lessons. So respiration is a series of reactions that are happening in cells, but we can summarize all these reactions using the word equation. Glucose plus oxygen produce carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Energy released during the respiration is transferred into a special molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Energy produced is used for movement, growth, repair, and reproduction. Something that we should be very clear about respiration is a cellular activity. Most of the time we mix respiration and breathing. Breathing is not respiration. Breathing is simply inhalation and exhalation. So breathing in and breathing out. It is not respiration. Sensitivity. Sensitivity is the ability to detect and respond to changes in the internal or external environment. A stimulus is a change in the environment that can be sensed or detected. Living organisms are able to respond to these stimuli. Sensitivity in plants. Flowers of some plants open in the morning and close at night because they are sensitive to light and darkness. Mimosa plant is sensitive to touch. So when you touch the leaf, it can close. Its small leaflets are closed. Phototropism and geotropism are examples of sensitivity in plants. Plants are sensitive to sunlight and are able to grow towards light. Plants also respond to gravity, which causes the roots to grow down into the soil. In plants, responses are controlled by chemicals which are called plant hormones, and usually these responses are much slower. Sensitivity in animals. Animals have sensory cells and sense organs that can detect light, sound, touch, pressure, and chemicals. In humans, the nervous system provides a complex system of receptors, neurons, and effectors which detect and respond to different stimuli. The endocrine system also makes responses to stimuli using chemical messengers called hormones, which are carried by blood. The next life process is growth. Growth is defined as a permanent increase in size and dry mass. Growth occurs due to increase in cell number, cell size, or both. Dry mass increases due to increase in complex chemicals such as carbohydrates, proteins. Plants carry on growing throughout their lives and animals stop growing when they reach a certain size. Reproduction. Reproduction is the process that makes more of the same kind of organism. Living things reproduce for the continuation of their species. Asexual reproduction involves one parent and the offspring are identical to each other and also to the parent. Sexual reproduction involves two parents and these organisms need to produce gamete cells. These gamete cells fuse together to produce the next generation. The DNA of the offspring is composed of both maternal and paternal DNA. Due to variation, offspring are not identical to each other and also to their parents. Next life process is excretion. Excretion is defined as the removal of the waste products of metabolism and substances in excess of requirements. Metabolism is all the chemical reactions that occur in an organism. So respiration is a major part of metabolism. During excretion, all these metabolic waste products are removed from the organism. Otherwise, these waste products may get toxic to the organism if accumulated. For example, during respiration, carbon dioxide is produced as a waste product. So, this carbon dioxide has to be removed, otherwise it will be toxic to the organism. Plants don't have special systems to remove their excretory products, but most of the time, when plants shed their leaves, excretory products are also removed. Excretion in plants. Waste products excreted by plants include oxygen from photosynthesis, carbon dioxide from respiration. Both of these are gaseous wastes that are excreted through stomata. The next excretory product from plants is water, which is coming from respiration and some other chemical reactions. Water is excreted through transpiration. Apart from these three excretory products, some plants produce gums and resins which are excreted through the bark. Excretion in animals. Waste products excreted by animals include carbon dioxide from respiration, water from respiration and other chemical reactions, and also urea, which contains nitrogen resulting from the breakdown of proteins. Something that we should remember very clearly is that removal of undigested food is not excretion, it is called egestion. This is not related to excretion at all. Nutrition. Nutrition is the taking in of materials for energy, growth, and development. Living organisms need food to obtain energy and to get substances needed for growth and repair. Nutrients like carbohydrates and proteins are large complex molecules. Organisms also need simple chemicals like mineral ions. Nutrition in green plants. We all know that green plants are called autotrophs because they are able to make their own food. Nutrition in green plants involves photosynthesis, in which the energy from sunlight is absorbed and used to turn carbon dioxide and water into simple sugars. Green plants are therefore called autotrophs. Simple sugars are then used to make complex molecules such as cellulose and proteins. Plants also need to absorb mineral ions from the soil. Nutrition in animals. Animals are heterotrophs and they consume plants or other or animals to obtain their nutrients. Ingestion is the process of taking in food. Food is digested and absorbed into blood and then assimilated by cells for growth and repair. Undigested food is removed through egestion in the form of feces. Thank you for listening. I hope you all enjoyed the lesson.